This story has become a sort of cautionary tale among the people around me. Jake was my best friend at the time of this story. He was refurbishing old furniture as a side hustle and often used Craigslist to find materials and tools. One day, he stumbled upon an ad that read "old furniture for free." We were still burning with entrepreneurial spirit, so we immediately became interested. The ad mentioned pick up only, available at night, which was convenient for him to pick up after work. The listing had several blurry photos showing what appeared to be valuable old wooden desks and chairs. Jake, excited, immediately contacted the owner and arranged to visit that night. The person he communicated with explained that they were the owner of the house, clearing out their recently deceased grandfather's belongings, and asked Jake to come by at 9 p.m. Upon arrival, Jake found a note on the front door saying, "Doorbell broken. Use back door." The house was more dilapidated than others in the area, with an overgrown garden and windows caked in thick dust. However, Jake wasn't particularly worried. He was too thrilled about finding a bargain. Knocking on the back door, to his surprise, a young woman answered. She initially thought Jake had the wrong place, but then invited him in, stating she was the one he had been communicating with. The house was dimly lit and felt deserted, but Jake didn't immediately realize why. As they walked through to view the furniture, Jake started noticing the strange layout of the house. Most rooms lacked doors. Furthermore, the house was almost bare, with old newspapers and magazines scattered across the floors. The woman gave vague answers to his questions and wouldn't let him near a certain room, which had a large lock and was marked private. When Jake inquired more about the furniture, the woman led him down a dark hallway to the back of the house, pointing to the basement door, saying, "Everything down there is yours to take." The basement door was heavy, and opening it released a burst of cold air. The stairs down were pitch black. The woman smiled and said, "After you." At this point, doubt crept into Jake's mind. However, his curiosity overcame his fear. He took out a flashlight and stepped forward. Descending the stairs, the basement was larger than expected, the air damp and cold, but there was no sign of the promised furniture. Instead, there were piles of old blankets in the corner, and the walls were covered with strange symbols. Most ominously, there was a large wooden box in the center of the room. The woman approached and urged him to open it. Lifting the lid, Jake found old letters, photographs, and peculiar small dolls that seemed to be used in some ancient ritual. Suddenly, the woman's demeanor changed. She began to explain that these were cursed items collected by her grandfather, and she wanted someone to take them away to rid the house of them. Jake was petrified with fear. He attempted to leave immediately, but the woman grabbed his arm, looking him earnestly in the eyes, and said,
"Take these with you, and free me."
Jake shook off her grip, ran up from the basement, jumped into his car from the back door, and drove away without looking back. When he got home, he told me everything. We considered contacting the police, but the ad had already been removed, and it turned out the house address was fake. Since that night, Jake has been extremely cautious with Craigslist transactions, and we've both learned that online encounters can hide unknown dangers.